All right, it's Tokyo Game Show 2012. Sean McGinnis and Peter Brown.
Hey.
We just checked out a whole bunch of Capcom games. Peter, you got a chance to see some new content for Resident Evil 6?
Yeah, it's the new Mercenaries mode. You know, it's kind of familiar to some people who maybe played Mercenaries on the 3DS. Very action-heavy, kind of score attack kind of thing. You've got like a time limit, and you're in. I think they had 6 locations in the list, but only 4 were available here. And so essentially, you play either Chris, Leon, or Jake. And you are waiting to sort of be extracted from this environment, and you just have to survive for as long as possible.
Okay.
So there's a time limit, and you have to kill as many people as you can. You can extend your time by killing people in different ways. You know, a typical, like, you know, shooting them with guns give you 5 seconds. I think if you kill them with a counterattack, maybe you get 10. There are also these little gems around the map that you can use to extend your time. It's kind of interesting. The enemies kind of came in waves. There were moments where it felt as though there weren't enough enemies around me, but then at the same time, I could also get overwhelmed. So it's an interesting balance, and I think it might need a little bit of tweaking. But overall, it seemed pretty good. And there are modes where you can do co-op, whether it's split screen or you can join your friend's game, or they can hop into your game. But yeah, it's definitely sort of like an arcadey, like action element.
Yeah, it's sort of typical Mercenaries thing that they've been doing for a while.
Yeah.
Did it seem like the different characters were sort of like bringing the same tactics to the table, or did it seem like maybe different characters balance out in different ways?
They have different weapon selections, obviously. Apart from that, their physical attacks are pretty comparable. You know, you can hit an enemy a few times, they'll fall on the ground. You can stomp on their head if you want. That was all pretty standard amongst all of the 3 characters. The weapon selection, like I said, was different. Some guy had, I think it was Jake, has like the elephant killer, right? It's equivalent like a Magnum, just one shot kill a guy. He was pretty strong, and I did find myself running out of ammo quite a bit. So you kind of have to run around the map to collect more, which you'd think it'd be nice if you could get them from more enemies. So maybe we'll see that in the end. But overall, it seemed pretty fun, and I can see people kind of competing with each other.
So do you think it has legs? Is this going to be something that people like keep playing, or is it just sort of like, hey, I bought this game, may as well play Mercenaries?
It's an interesting question because Capcom is sort of pushing this initiative with the Resident Evil Online presence. So I think a lot of the data and the achievements that you get within the Mercenaries mode will translate over to that. And so if you and your friends take that seriously and really want to participate in that, I could see it, taking the game beyond just the story mode. But yeah, I enjoyed my time with it.
Cool.
Thought it was good.
All right, there you have it. That's your update on Resident Evil 6 here at Tokyo Game Show.